Tonight on the show, we've got the new Doctor Who. I wonder if his TARDIS is really bigger on the inside. Let's have a look. Oh, yes it is! Let's start the show! I've missed you, ladies and gentlemen. And I tell you, we're back with a big bang from across time and space. The new Doctor Who, Peter Capaldi, is here. He's good, isn't he? He's good. Bond girl and graduate of St. Trinian's, Gemma Arterton is on the show. We love Gemma. And Hollywood is coming calling, Oscar-winning star of Training Day in Philadelphia, Denzel Washington is here. We've got music from hot new singer-songwriter George Ezra, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, you're a baby. You're a little baby. He's like a child. Now, Denzel Washington, of course, famous for his action films, Unstoppable with that runaway train, Flight with a crashing plane in it, Deja Vu, the exploding ferry. Basically, what I'm saying is, if he sits next to you on the bus, get off it. Just get off. I will be talking to Denzel about his new film, The Equalizer. Now, he plays a retired soldier who's now working in a DIY store. Now, it's more exciting than that makes it sound. I'll tell you, more happens. The story unfolds. Now, there he is. He's just attacked someone with a hammer. And you think, why would you attack somebody you've just seen in a DIY store? Keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. Gemma Arterton, she'll be telling us all about her new role in the West End musical Made in Dagenham. Now, it's set in the 60s at the Ford factory in Dagenham, Essex. And, of course, back then, Essex was famous for churning out escorts in a production line. Well, sort of still is. You can get any colour you want, as long as it's orange. Made in Dagenham is a lively musical romp set in the swinging 60s. Here's Dagenham in the 60s. Yeah, the only thing swinging there was this. Can I just say, kudos to the team for finding a picture of a wrecking ball that didn't have Miley Cyrus glued to it. Gemma always looks so glamorous on the red carpet. Now, the thing is, not everyone can pull off an outfit that has a nude-coloured stripe through the middle. Did you all see the ladies' Colombian cycling team? Just standing there. Our humiliation is complete. Yeah, Colombian with a hint of Brazilian. Hey, and a big first-time welcome to Peter Capaldi. Yeah, I tell you, there he is, the new Doctor. Looking so cool there, isn't he? Very cool. But I will be posing the question, what were you thinking when we look at some of his early modelling pictures? Yeah. That is a genuine picture from his portfolio. That's casual wear. There's also formal wear, ladies and gentlemen. Well, that isn't awkward at all, is it? Have you all been watching the new Doctor Who series? You watching it, yeah? It's good, isn't it? I tell you, the first episode, so much action. Oh, look at that. A dinosaur loose in Victorian London. Mind you, it does look ridiculously out of place. Oh, that's all the gospel, plus more of your stories in the big red chair. Let's get some guests on! Later, we'll be having music from the brilliant George Ezra. But first, Norton hears a who. It's Peter Capaldi! Oh! Hello, sir. So dapper. Hello. Hi. Peter Capaldi, everybody. She'll be Strawberry Fields forever. It's Gemma Arterton! Wowza! Woo! That looks so beautiful. Hello, darling. Welcome back.
Thanks, Graham.
Gemma, and I'm in a state of excitement. It's Denzel Washington! loving that couch. Welcome back, sir.
Thank you.
Welcome back, Gemma. And, of course, it's a tradition. A first-time welcome to the new Doctor Who, Peter Capaldi. Yay!
Thank you very much.
Are you familiar with the whole Doctor Who fuss about Doctor Who?
No.
Well, let me explain. So, Peter wasn't Doctor Who, now he is Doctor Who, and obviously you talked to previous Doctor Who's, but nothing can prepare you. So are you enjoying being Doctor Who?
I love being Doctor Who. It's absolutely amazing. I wake up in the morning and I'm Doctor Who. And I go out to the shops and buy a pint of milk, I'm Doctor Who. And I go and get the papers, I'm Doctor Who, and everywhere I go, I'm Doctor Who, and people smile at me, and people are pleased to see Doctor Who, who's far more interesting and exciting than I am.
But Denzel's new movie is set in a big DIY superstore.
Yeah.
And didn't you go... Was it one of those shops you went to the next day?
Denzel charmingly doesn't know anything at all about Doctor Who and was asking me what the TARDIS was.
Or what is it?
TARDIS. Yes.
It sounds wrong when you say it.
TARDIS.
But the day after I was announced as Doctor Who, which is sort of quite a big deal in this country, I went to buy a light bulb, because a light bulb had obviously gone wrong in my house. And I went into an old hardware store, like the old, do you know the 4 candles kind of sketch?
Oh, yes.
One of those ones. I went in there to buy this light bulb, and a bloke came out from behind the counter with a sink plunger stuck to his head like that. He said, I sold 100
Can I just say, though, you know, because you were, you know, in the thick of it.
Yeah.
As Doctor, you were quite sweary and quite out there.
Yeah.
So, do you have to be very careful meeting people in the street now?
Yes, of course, yes, because Doctor Who doesn't... I played a character who was a spin doctor for the Prime Minister, who swore all the time. And really used very, very, very rich language. Yes, the worst sort of language. But fans of the show would come up to me in the street and say, swear at me, please, please swear at me. So I'd have to stand in the street and abuse them with the worst possible language. I'd sign their autographs and say, get lost, go and get a life, stand home.
I'd love to be able to do that with people in the street.
It was great fun. Just tell them to get lost.
Could.
I could. I don't get in trouble.
But now do you have to be squeaky clean?
Well, I am squeaky clean.
Are you contractually obliged not to swear at people in the street?
No, I can swear in my own time, obviously. On my own entertainment, but I haven't sworn for about 2 years now.
I said I don't believe you. Listen, we'll talk more about Doctor Who later, plus Gemma's new musical. But let's start tonight with Denzel's new movie, The Equalizer.
Yes.
I've seen it. It's fantastic. I mean, it's one of those movies. It must be a pleasure to talk about because it is such a crowd pleaser.
Yeah,
it's a proper big people punching the air and cheering at the end.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. And now it just borrows the name, really.
Basically,
from
the name and the basic idea that he helps people who need help.
And I'm guessing there's more planned.
We got to get this one out first. You know, they talked about that, but that's up to the people. If the people decide they want...
The people?
Well, it is. I mean, that's the last part of a movie or a play, is the audience. Or like your show. I mean, you couldn't just do it here by yourself.
I think it might be easier.
Yeah, it might be easier.
But listen, if people aren't aware of what the premise of The Equalizer is, tell the people.
He helps people who need his help, and he does what he needs to do to get them out of whatever trouble they're in.
And when he says that, it's not helping old ladies cross the road.
No, that's right. If they need it, no, I'm not above that.
Yeah, but you would kill the guy in the car. No, because it's pretty all full-on violence.
Well, yes. But he's a quiet man with OCD who lives alone, lives a quiet life, and this girl needs his help, and he helps her, and people get in his way, and he uses various instruments from the, what do you call it, the DIY? The do-it-yourself store. You know, power tools and...
Look, so much to
I know.
TARDIS,
Doctor Who,
DIY.
DIY.
Wow.
4 candles.
4 candles. you didn't tell him that back then.
No.
Oh, actually, talking of jokes, this has been annoying us all day, and I think Peter Capaldi might know. Maybe you know. What? In the office, we can't remember what it is. Edward Woodward
The original,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
So there is a joke, and the punchline
Is
is...
Edward Woodward.
Wood.
Oh,
I know
without
what
the
it is.
letters?
Yes. What is Edward? How do you... What is it?
How do you say Edward Woodward without the
wood.
D's? Oh,
Oh, no,
Iwa-woo-wa.
that's not a joke, though. Iwa-woo-wa is the
Iwa-woo-wa.
answer.
Without... How do you...
say it without the D's.
Is
right?
it why does he need so many D's in his name?
Right.
Is that the joke?
Something like that.
There's also something about farting in a bath.
Someone must know in the audience.
Oh, there you have it.
I told you. Yes, I told you.
Useless.
Anyway.
Is it not a who would Edward Woodward would?
Oh, there is another one. Yes, that's
a
another
gag.
joke.
It's a kind of rather racy situation that is posited.
Now, do you have
Who
this
would-
in England? How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
Yeah,
He chuck how
we
much
do
wood
have-
is a woodchuck good if a woodchuck could chuck wood, but he can't? I'm just asking. You know, we got a couple of things in America.
I'm so impressed.
No, do you say that?
No, you
don't
have
have that here.
You've had
That's
a
a very
long day of
actory
press.
That's all I got.
I'm amazing you can string any words together at all. We've got a clip. We've got a clip for the Equalizer. By the way, the Equalizer is open tonight. It's open nationwide tonight. This is basically you showing off some of your special skills. This is a don't mess with Denzel.
Uh-oh. Is it just you, or are we waiting for someone else?
I'm sorry, what?
Your hands. If you really work the power lines down there, your hands wouldn't look like that. I know we got to be waiting for somebody else.
Hands where I can see him. We take a little walk across the street, me and you. Black Denali.
Here we go.
You vary from these instructions and I'm gonna kill you, understand? Let's go. No witnesses. What the hell is this guy doing?
Go. And I actually read the book. No, you know, we had like Navy SEAL guys, expert killers, and we were using everything, books and, you know, like... power
So are
tools.
these real things, like the Navy SEAls training?
Yeah, they showed me what to do with a book and how to...
That looks impressive. He flapped me to death. But listen, Gemma Arterton beside you. We've seen you, in films being kick-ass and doing stuff, but in life you're quite. Well, I was going to say rough, but not in that way. Just like the horse riding thing sounds amazing.
Yeah.
So tell us what you can do on the horse.
I can do trick riding and stunt riding.
How long did this take, by the way?
So I learnt to ride I did sort of like a month's training, and then I got a bit obsessed with it and started, doing trick riding. So I guess within like a couple of months.
So Prince of Persia, you do all that horse riding yourself?
Yeah, there was a riding double as well for really dangerous stuff, but I did do a big stunt, which I'm really proud of.
Tell us about this.
So, there's a bit where a massive, big old black horse is galloping towards me, and I pull myself onto the horse whilst it's in gallop from standing. So basically, you hold onto the horse's reins, and you, while it's galloping, jump up onto it and then gallop off. And I trained for it for a long time, for days and days and days and days and weeks. And then when it came down to it, it was this big Disney movie, so it's very expensive. And I said, I can do that stunt. I've practiced it to the producers. And they went, no way, you're not doing it. It's too dangerous. And I was like, I've been practicing for weeks. And I had a big fit. And they were like, for God's sake, all right, she can do it. And I did. And it's in the movie. And obviously, everyone thinks it's the stunt double, usually, unless you do something like this. Gallop, gallop. So, there you go.
Because, Denzel, you are now going to be doing this.
A Western. Yeah.
Are you learning to ride now?
October 1st, I start. 5 or 6 months of riding.
Wow, you're going to be great. It's such a great opportunity.
I gotta wait.
I'll come and help.
Yeah, that's the one, yeah.
You've got the best tip.
The Magnificent Seven.
You know what to do, Denzel.
We're going to look for that movie.
Yeah. I'm gonna do it. I may not make the film. You get the credit, absolutely. Someone told me, too, in the old days, they would put little trampolines for guys, like in the Westerns, and they bounce off of it and jump right up on the horse to make it look like they...
Oh, so that's why they just match it.
Yeah. So you'll see that as well.
We look forward to that.
Peter Capaldi, you've done some very dangerous things over the years. Didn't you? Wasn't it quite recently you had an injury? Was it
Yes, I was in the Three Musketeers,
Yes.
which, as you know, is lots of sword fighting, and it's and guys are jumping off horses and hitting each other, and everyone had kind of broken shoulder blades and stuff like that. And I played Cardinal Richelieu, who was a more waspish character, and I had to grab a lady and give her into trouble and throw her against the wall. And as I was doing it, I suddenly sort of internally screamed with agony and looked down, and my thumb was caught in her frock. It was Mamie McCoy, and I looked down, and my thumb was on back to front.
Wait a minute.
That's what you get if you do put your thumb in ladies' frocks without asking.
Yeah, you were lucky that's all that happened.
Yeah.
Done that to Gemma.
I just snapped it back into place. It was really so... And to this day, I can't open a pack of crisps.
No.
It's awful for me.
Oh, gosh.
You're looking great.
He used to be much heavier.
But talking of finger injuries, we were going through pictures. Before the show, and we found this picture.
Oh, you found my pinky? Oh, don't show it.
No, this is...
No, it's
we
not
have
nice.
to see this. This
It's
is
not
amazing.
nice. It's not nice.
It looks like Meryl Streep has just gone, tell me I did a backward accent. She's just like, look at that. She's like,
What did you do?
I had it rebuilt. I had injured it so many times playing football, American football.
that
It's this
one.
one, yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's fine now. But it's like a gummy bear in there, like a little piece of rubber candy something.
So what was that thing?
I went up for a pass playing American football and dislocated it. And it's happened so many times over the years that if I just open my hand like that, it would pop that far. Oh,
But do people, like in films, do they have to like shoot around it?
No, I'm constantly. You can probably see me in other films just going, yeah. That way. And I was always fixing it. When my kids were young, they would ask me, Daddy, could you show my friends the magic finger? Doesn't sound right, does it? Wait a minute. No, you went there. I didn't go there. You went there. No, I didn't. So I would like do like this, and I'd do like this, and then they'd run.
Gemma Arterton, award-winning actress, kick-ass movie star, and now treading the boards in a new musical, which is really, it's so exciting, a brand new musical. It's Made in Dagenham, which sometimes you hear about things being made into musicals and you're going to think, is that a good idea? But this is clearly a very good idea.
It is.
It's such a rousing, great story.
Yeah, well, it's because it's based on real events, and it's about these women that are so normal and charming and real, and did something extraordinary. They got the Equal Pay Act sort of into the system, and they're just these lovely ladies from Essex.
I should tell people, by the way, it opens in the West End on the 5th of November. That's the big glitzy night. But then the previews are from the 9th of October. That's what, so I've settled the good thing. And in the real story, so they get equal pay in the Ford factory in Dagenham, but does that open it up for women across the country?
Yeah, well, what happens in our story is slightly different to what happened in real life.
They sing.
Yeah. I'm sure the girls sang as well in real life. But yeah, it really opened it up. They were the first to get equal pay in the workplace, and it set up the whole Equal Pay for Equal Work Act, which was already instrumental in America at the time, but not in the UK. So if a man's doing the same job as a woman, they should be getting equal pay. So that's what these women did, and so it was huge.
And have you been back to Essex? So have you met the women? Are they around?
The women are actually here tonight.
Oh.
Come and wave your hands, ladies. There they are.
That's amazing.
It's Gwen, Eileen and Vera.
So is it Gwen, Eileen, Vera?
Yes.
Yeah. And presumably you saw the movie. Have you seen any of the workshops of the musical yet?
Yes.
A part of it, yeah.
Eileen doesn't seem that keen. I saw a bit of it, yeah.
Bits of it.
I'm not sure I sit there the whole thing. But did you like the musical? Say yes, say yes. You're on television, say yes.
yes.
Yeah, good. Say yes, you get free tickets and a taxi home. But so, at the time, was there a big fuss? Were you in the papers, and did it seem like a big deal at the time?
When it first
At
started.
the time, yeah, but after it was all over, it was all forgotten.
So that was a total surprise when the movie came out?
Well,
Movie? What movie? What's that man talking about? It's a musical. We've seen a bit of it. And do you stay in touch because of the movie and things? Is that what brought you back together again? Or have you been friends all these years?
all the time.
All the time.
Oh, that's sweet. That's
They
fantastic.
just got you back off
Really nice to
holiday.
see you. Thank you for coming.
They go on holiday together.
Oh, really? Fantastic. Gemma's just saying you go on holiday together.
Yes.
With all your extra pay. We did a holiday fund, didn't we? Yeah. Now, the singing.
Yeah.
I feel like we should have known you were a singer by now. How did this happen? Have you always been a singer?
Yes, but it's the right thing hasn't come along. I've always wanted to do a musical, but I wanted to do something that was original and had never been done before. And you know, if I've sung in films, but not really. But yeah, so this is the first time in public.
Not to put you on the spot, but to put you on the spot. No, not to sing a whole song. Because, are there any bits?
And a little bit for me.
Can you do a little bit?
All right, there's a song called Busy Woman, which starts the show, and it's all the girls in the house doing their housework, and it goes, if you want something done, ask a busy woman, 'cause you're wasting your time asking a man. She can do in 1 hour what he can't do in 10. It's the basic effing difference between us and effing them. If you want it done, then ask a busy woman.
Whoa! Turned it around. Eileen's smiling now.
She's going, oh yeah. Effing Eileen. Oh yeah.
Eileen's like, oh, that's better than I remembered. It's quite good, yeah. Oh, it's come on, it's come on. Yeah.
They've never seen that song. You haven't seen that one, have you?
No.
They don't remember the entire film, Gemma. I wouldn't go on individual songs. So, here's the thing. Gemma and Peter have something in common, because Gemma was in a band. Now, what was the name of your band?
Violent Pink.
Was this when you were in school?
When I was in Gravesend. Yeah, we were a 4-part girl band.
Were you kind of punky?
Yeah, it was a kind of like angsty, Alanis Morissette kind of stuff with harmonies.
Because I think Violent Pink is a good name for a band.
Yeah.
Peter Capaldi's band, I would say, a less good name. What was your band called?
The Dream Boys. This was at a time before the Chippendales and groups like that. And remember, we were all just kids at art school, so we thought we were being very sort of Kafkaesque and arty and dark. But of course, people didn't think that. They thought they were booking a bunch of guys to come up and take their clothes off, which we didn't do, but we would if people paid us. Actually, before that, we were called... our first name was The Bastards from Hell, which was more appropriate to the punk ethos that we were cleaving to.
Because, Denzel, have you ever dabbled in musicals?
No.
But Denzel's new movie, you bust a move.
I got my little, what do you call it, Gladys Knight in the Pit?
Look at him go! Yeah! Was that choreographed, or was that all in
That's
you?
all me. That's all me. I YouTube them, and I stood in front of the computer, and I'm like...
Do you want a little bit of music? Let's
Do you have
Let's
some?
say what's some music.
That's as violent as the film is.
He lies. Peter Capaldi, new Doctor Who. I had no idea. Your career is extraordinary. So, let's start with Doctor Who. So, every Doctor Who always says, oh, I was a fan when I was a kid growing up. This man, I mean, you're beyond a fan.
Oh, God.
I know, because none of
this would have come out.
None of this would have come out. My total geekness, my total anorakness as a child, as a teenager, would have been left
No,
to...
the good thing is, your letters...
Oh,
no. There's a letter... No, we don't have... No. There was a very sweet letter you sent to the Radio Times, which we won't read that one out. That was just you saying how much you like the Doctor Who special. No, there's this weird thing, right? So there's a Doctor Who fan club, and the guy ran that, Keith Miller, he put... This is volume 1. You can imagine the size of his anorak. This is volume 1 of the... This isn't the story of the Doctor Who. This is the story of the fan club, volume 1. So Peter decided he was... no, there was a fan club, and Peter decided he should be the head of the fan club.
No.
So he wrote to Sarah Newman at the Doctor Who office. This is proper. This is a woman who really works for the BBC.
I can't even remember this.
Oh, no.
How old were you when this...
Oh, don't even... 21.
This is the reply. This is the reply to you.
Okay.
So, dear Peter, thank you for your letter. Firstly, the pictures aren't ready yet. And secondly, I'm afraid we have an official Doctor Who fan club secretary. I'm passing your letter on to him, and I expect he will send you a newsletter himself. He wasn't Sarah Newman. See, that's all very nice.
Right.
That's very nice.
Right.
Then in another letter to the guy who is the secretary of the fan club, she writes, No, you're not by any means worse than Peter C. I had a very sad letter back from him today. I think I'd better write and apologise. I think it's the end, and I wish the Daleks or someone would exterminate him or something to that effect. She works for the BBC!
Where is she now?
She's here tonight!
And I'm Doctor Who.
Yeah. Take that!
That's terrible. I can't imagine the BBC let that happen. That's terrible.
But how annoying must you have been? I wish something would kill him.
You know, despite all that stuff of being a kid, I loved Doctor Who when I was a kid, and then you reach an age when you get involved in sex and drugs and rock and roll, and you move on and you sort of, you know, you have a life. I mean, let's just say I spent a lot of time drinking. A lot of time drinking and eating curries and getting very confused, which is where the modelling comes from.
So the modelling, I so don't understand the modelling. So this picture, I sort of understand. That one, I mean, awful as it is, it sort of makes sense. This next one, was the cameraman blind? What, like, that isn't...
I don't know what that's about.
That isn't a pose at all.
I know. Why can't I even put my elbow on the stool? Something's going on there. That's just being an idiot. That's just being... You don't know anything. You know, I don't know. Nobody gives you a book to say this is how you become an actor. This is what you do. You're just an idiot. You know, drinking lager and having curry, and people say, now you're an actor.
Did you send those pictures out to people?
No, they were nothing to do with me. It was a popular daily newspaper.
Oh, so they were published?
Yes.
I just assumed that was you trying to be mocked. No, they were published.
They were published. Obviously, I was a style icon.
But then, so you look at that picture, and you think, clearly...
He's finished.
He will never be troubled by success. You could put a big stamp guarantee loser on it. What an amazing moment, then, all these years later, when you're sitting in a dressing room waiting to walk on the set, to be Doctor Who. Yeah. That must have been mind-blowing.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was wonderful. It was a great gift and privilege and great fun. It's brilliant.
And didn't you have to pretend not to know how to use the TARDIS when you got the part? Weren't people trying to explain to you how to do it?
Well, everybody, you see, they don't... All the stuff that you've just read out, they didn't know. So I go on the set and guys say, what you turn that switch there, that's like, so that, this is that. I said, I know how to work this. You don't have to tell me how to work it. I know.
And what's that? This is one of those weird coincidence-type stories. You're in the Czech Republic when you find out. What's that sweet story about?
The story is that it's very secret when you become Doctor Who. because Matt Smith, who was wonderful, he was still being Doctor Who. So they keep it a secret when there's a new Doctor Who. But I knew I was cast, but I wasn't allowed to tell anybody. And I happened to be, you know, being Cardinal Richelieu in the Musketeers in the Czech Republic. And we moved. We were filming, and then we moved to the north of the Czech Republic to a place called Moravia, to a very small town there. And we were filming this scene. And I was in all my resplendent kind of Richelieu dark cloak and stuff like this. And there was a little lad who was playing a page boy. And he came in and started talking to me, and he couldn't speak English very well. He said, "I love you as Doctor Who." "You love me as Doctor Who?" And he said, "Yeah, I love you as Doctor..." I thought, how can he know here? I can't even tell anybody on the production. And he said, "I loved you in the episode about Pompeii." And what he was saying was, he loved me in an episode of Doctor Who, because I had been in an episode with David Tennant playing a character in Pompeii. I said, "Do you like Doctor Who?" He said, "I love it." He said, "I'm a Whovian." And I thought, I've stumbled across the only person in the Czech Republic who knows this show, and he loves it. And he's standing next to the new Doctor Who. Oh. And he doesn't know.
Did you say?
Yeah, I was going to say, did you tell?
No, I said nothing. I said, have you got a picture? Have you got a phone with a camera? He said, "I haven't got it on me." I said, go and get a camera. You should have your picture taken with me.
That is so sweet.
He wasn't very interested in doing that.
Now listen, Peter continues as Doctor Who on Saturdays at 8:30 on BBC One, and yes, we have a very exclusive clip. This isn't from tomorrow's episode. This is from a week tomorrow, and presumably you can't tell us anything about this.
I can't remember anything about it.
Well, let's all enjoy this exclusive clip of next week's Doctor Who episode.
I think we found your alien.
Back, we need a door. A door!
Here! The door's locked.
Come on. There's no power to work it. Come on!
Doctor!
Stay still. It's sensing movement. It can't see you. Fast movement. There must be another exit through there. Slowly. Head to that exit. Slowly. Gently. When I say run, run.
Who made you the boss?
Well, you say run.
I know, I tell you. Right, before our first stories of the series in the Big Red Chair, it's time for our musical guest. This young man's debut album is at the top of the charts, and his first single, Budapest, went gold in 5 countries. Tonight, performing his second single, Blame It On Me, please welcome George Ezra!
Garden was blessed by the gods of me and you. We 80 ways for to find ourselves some truth. What you waiting for? No, what you waiting for? We counted all our reasons, excuses though we made. We found ourselves some treasure and threw it all away. What you waiting for? No, what you waiting for? What you waiting for? No, what you waiting for? When I dance alone and the songs bleeding down, blame it on me. When I lose control and the veil's overused, blame it on me. What you waiting for? No, what you waiting for? Caught in the tide of blossom, caught in the carnival. your confidence forgotten. I see the gypsies roll. What you waiting for? No, what you waiting for? What you waiting for? No, what you waiting for? When I dance alone and the sun's beating down, blame it on me. When I lose control and the veil's overused, blame it on me. What you waiting for? No, what you waiting for? What you waiting for? No, what you waiting for? When I dance alone and the sun's beating down, blame it on me. When I lose control and the veil's overused, blame it on me. When I dance alone, I know I'll go, blame it on me. Oh. When I lose control, I know I'll go, blame it on me. Oh, what you waiting for? No, what you waiting for? What you waiting for? No, what you waiting for?
George Ezra, everybody! Very good! Excellent job, sir. Come and join us, everybody. Come on and join us. Oh, I'm calling him George. Hello, sir. Very nice to meet you.
Thank you very
Come
much.
over. Say hi. Meet Capaldi.
How you doing? Lovely to meet you.
Gemma,
Lovely to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
That's your actual Denzel Washington right there. Very good.
Very good.
Oh, so congratulations on everything, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much.
No, it's very cool. How old are you? This is
I'm 21.
21.
Yeah.
Oh God, you look 11. But the song is fantastic, and that's the new single. Budapest is being #1 all over the place.
Yeah.
That album is still in the charts. It's still near the top.
That's the best bit about it. When you release an album, it's nice to know that the album sticks around.
Yeah.
Not just a song. That's the nice thing.
And now the cover of the album, Wanted on Voyage.
Oh, you've got it up.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
They do that here.
Yeah, I've got a computer and everything. I know I'm old. Even I have a computer. So, no, it's clever. So this is, obviously, that's you in the middle there.
That's definitely
And
me,
then
yeah.
who's everyone else? So these people
So
you know?
everyone, no, surrounding it is my family and friends. They're all dressed up as different people.
Who's that in the curlers?
Well, you kind of ruined it there because she's not family or a friend, Matt. There's a
George,
few.
tip for the future, lie.
Okay.
That's my Auntie Edith.
Yeah.
How is it? Your voice sounds so sweet, really, when you speak, but then
Yeah.
your singing voice is great too. But it sounds much deeper.
Do you
Just
know?
a style you-
Yeah, I could never really sing. My brother and sister could. And I used to sing a lot, but I wasn't very good. And then I remember reading the back of a Leadbelly album, and he said... No, it said on it, Leadbelly's voice was so big you had to turn your record player down compared to other records. And I thought, oh, having a big voice would be fun. And I tried it, and I could do it. Wow. So I didn't ask any questions, I just continued to do it.
And I'm so pleased to say that the Eurovision Song Contest played an enormous part in your success.
Yeah. So what happened was a lot of the album was written while I travelled around Europe by myself, about just over a year ago, I think. And I stopped off in Malmo, and it was the Eurovision Song Contest final in Malmo. Now, I'd never seen it before, but I'd been put in touch with these girls that lived in Malmo, so I was with them, and they said, let's... And they said we should go and watch the Eurovision. You could watch it in parks and stuff. OK. You can't buy alcohol after a certain time in Malmo, which was an issue, seeing as we were watching...
Yeah, it's something you need to be drunk to watch.
Exactly. I found myself...
I find myself.
Honestly, I mean, yeah, it helped. We found... this guy very kindly sold us a bottle of rum in the park. and the bottle of rum ended up inside me, and I missed my train the next morning. I was meant to be going to Budapest, and I missed my train. So Budapest was the only city that I was meant to visit that I didn't make it to. So then I wrote a song called Budapest, a list of things I didn't have. And trying to tell someone from Hungarian press that the song Budapest has nothing to do with Hungary is impossible. Honestly, it kills it every time.
Have you stayed in touch with the girls in Malmo?
Loosely, yeah.
Seriously, George, congratulations on everything. It's fantastic to meet someone who's just, you know, arrived and it's just, you're going to have an amazing time. So congratulations. And good luck with the tour. Right, before we go, let's have our first visit to the new series On the Red Chair. Who's up first? It's the first show back. I need to build up to that. I just didn't have the emotional energy to cope with that. I apologise. Come back and see us later in the series. I'll hear your story then. I feel bad now. It's not that bad. Who's up next? Hello. What's your name?
My name's Lucy.
Lucy, lovely Lucy. And what do you do, Lucy?
I'm a buxom barmaid.
A barmaid? Fabulous. Where do you do the barmaiding?
Twickenham.
Oh, dear. Oh, no, they're loving Twickenham. All right, off you go with your story.
So, I've been scouting my whole life, and when I was about 12...
Sorry, you've been what your whole life?
Scouting, as in...
Oh, being a
bit
scout.
of a nerd.
Oh, I see. Being a scout.
Yes. And on one camp, I was about 12. It was quite rainy. And it was about a half-hour walk from the toilets. Wake up in the middle of the night, I suddenly realise, oh, God, I got a poo. So I've taken a bag and some tissues with me, you know, being prepared, the scout that I am. And I look at the bag and I think, yeah, I'm going to have to. I can't make it all the way. So I went in the bag and I thought, I'm just going to lob it and I won't have to deal with it. Someone else can, we'll be fine. So I throw it as far as I think I can, go back to bed, wake up in the morning, everyone's laughing and shouting, something's happening, get out of my bunk bed, go outside and, oh, God, on the branch just outside the door, about head height, there's the bag. Very visibly, there's a poo in the bag. Never confessed. So to everyone who was on that camp, this is my confession, that was mine.
Oh, wait, we have a question.
She said she pooped? Yeah. That's like number 2?
Yeah.
She didn't say she wiped.
I took tissues. I took
she had a tissue. She had a tissue.
I'm not completely filthy. I might poo in a bag, but at least I'm going to wipe.
Yes.
Come on.
I just want to know, is there a badge for that?
Maybe I'll my
little steaming turd in a triangle. Take it off. You can walk. You can walk. There you go. Well done, everyone in the red chair. And if you'd like to join us on the show and have a go in that chair, you can. Contact us via our website at this very address. Thank you very much to all my guests tonight. George Ezra. Hey, Peter Capaldi. Gemma, Arterton. And Mr. Denzel Washington. Join me next week with music from Lenny Kravitz, rising star Luke Evans, Oscar-winning actress and writer Emma Thompson, and the heartthrob that is Hugh Grant. I'll see you then. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.